Every spring, after a winter of lifelessness, something miraculous and mysterious happens. New life emerges. As it happens in the natural world, it also happens in our lives. I know it because I've experienced it. What I've experienced is trying to live in a culture that has some particularly debilitating forces that are working against us all the time. One is simply the pace of life. We've been encouraged to keep up a pace of life which is simply unsustainable. And we feel it in the realities of our lives being weakened and our relationships being frayed. We don't know what to do anymore, but we just try to keep up with that dramatic pace of life. We feel it in the seduction of more. Again, it's not only just the pace of our life, but it's also the things that are available to us. And so somehow we perceive our lives as not enough. And if our lives are not enough, then somehow we have to fill them with something more. We also deal with the reality in our world of the quick fix mentality. There are 7 steps to this and 30 days to this that happen over the time, and we want things to happen quickly. Yet the reality of the life in the Spirit, the life with God, is that it only emerges over time, like the natural world, like the changing of the seasons. What I discovered in my own life is that I was dealing with that period of winter and dormancy in my life, is that I had tried to pursue more. I thought I could be the best pastor. I thought I could be a great dad. I thought I could be an active leader in the community. And I thought I could do all of those things under my own power. The reality is I couldn't. And when I got to that point when I was experiencing an absolute diminishment of my own vitality in life, I didn't know where to turn. There were points along the way when, in conversation with friends, where we were talking about changes and transformations that had happened in their life, that I stumbled again on the creation story. And one of the things I discovered in the creation story was that God had embedded these vital parts of life from the very beginning of creation. So the gift of creation starts with, in the beginning God created the heavens and the earth. All of life comes to us as a gift. And if we can receive life as a gift, as grace, we don't have to be wrapped up in the pursuit of more. We're enough already. The reality is, from that gift of grace then flow all these other creative, renewable energies of God. There's possibility, paradox, the natural world, relationships, fruitful work, and ultimately the gift of rest, establishing a new rhythm for our lives. In each of these gifts, what I discovered was something radically alternative to the world that I had been living. It was a world that had demanded more and more, and what God wanted me is just to simply be and to rest and to know that my life as it was good enough. Once I not only began to understand but also experience those creative and renewable energies of God, it began to kind of lift my spirit a little bit. It allowed me to re-engage my world with more vitality. It allowed me to see a wider perspective, and it also allowed me to be able to be seen by God in a new perspective. I didn't have to prove things to people. I just simply could be the child of God, loved by God, and then enter out into the world to do the work of the kingdom that God had asked me to do. I could be a pastor that could just serve with the best gifts that I've been given. I could be a dad who could make a lot of mistakes or do well, and yet in either case it was a place for me to offer myself in love to my family. I could be a spouse that lived honorably in that relationship. I could be a community member that strived to do the best I could for the sake of other people. All of these ways that God had already given me an opportunity to serve in the kingdom, I was able to do with renewed energy and vitality.